Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 28th of March 2025. So US stocks were subdued in choppy trade as participants reflected on the recent Trump tariff announcement. So another Trump announcement yesterday. Stocks are lower in choppy trade as fresh tariffs start to dominate the tape ahead of PCE. And states work to make gold and silver alternative currencies to the US dollar as well. I think people want to see their earnings and property reflected in real money again, says Utah State Representative Ken Ivory, according to yesterday's news. And of course, gold making new all-time highs yesterday and overnight. It's ripping higher, as they say. Economic news for today. We've got retail sales out at 7 a.m. That's for the UK. So Rachel from accounts will be looking at those closely. 8 a.m. Spanish flash core PCE. The US are going to be eyeballing this one at 12:30. It's the last week as well with the time difference as well. So from Monday we revert back to 2:30 p.m. kickoff in the US as the clocks go forward this weekend in the UK, and then revised UM consumer sentiment as well out today at 2 p.m. instead of the normal 3 p.m. Right, let's have a look at the markets from yesterday, and let's kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, choppy, quiet, and you can see there we've got some demand coming into the markets for yesterday, and trying to get back above the 50% retracement there that we've got drawn in from there back to there. So we've got resistance at 62 and 50 now as well. So is it a case that we're going to move to the downside and we're going to see a retracement from here down to here? That would be the main swing there. We'll just have to wait and see what happens during today. So feel free to draw that in if you want to have some indication of downside momentum or lack of. 20 bar moving average also poses a bit of a support, as does yesterday's low as well, which you can clearly see in the 30-minute chart. At the moment, the market's above the close and the DP level there as well, but certainly a spike down yesterday that you can see there. What time was this? Just out of curiosity. This is at the first half an hour, so as soon as the market opened, the Dow moved sharply lower and then came back, and sort of the morning session up to the cash market opening, the market was just range bound. But managed to pull back and is moving up slightly overnight. But who knows what's going to happen at the moment? What with Trump and everything else that seems to be falling apart, it's very interesting indeed, but also quite scary as well. Let's have a look at the German DAX. And in the DAX, again, we've got demand here as well. They're not letting this market fall out of bed just yet in Germany. You can see their prices sideways and in a bit of a range. And in the 30-minute chart, you can see we had a bit of a sell-off. We then reversed and came up. We then moved back, and then we made a new high, which is obviously the high that we're going to try and attack today. And then overnight, the markets have been sideways as well. Very interesting announcement yesterday in the Sky News website. Let me just bring this up for you. So I don't know what EU members know or not, or the powers that be in Europe. US citizens told to stock up on supplies in case of crisis. What do you mean, in case of crisis? So what do they know that's coming that the rest of us don't? People are being urged to have a few days' worth of supplies of life's essentials amid rising danger of an emergency disaster in an increasingly volatile world. And then as you work your way through all of this, you've got cyber attacks, climate change, or to tosh that bit is. And it's when we get down to the bottom bit, this bit here, France and Sweden have already announced similar plans, with Sweden last year updating its Cold War era civil emergency advice to better reflect today's security policy. And then if I can find the bit that I was actually after, that wasn't it. It also included advice on what to do in case of a nuclear attack. Well, I can tell you the advice for that is just kiss your backside goodbye, But why are they actually putting this out is the question there. But it didn't affect the DAX too much, as you can see there. But very strange. So, like I say, it's all very strange what's going on at the moment with tariffs and geopolitical events, and now an announcement like that. We've got von der Leyen wanting to raid people's savings up to the tune of 10 trillion, and we've got Lagarde also accelerating the introduction of CBDC. So something very odd is going on at the moment. We know the financial system's dying, the US dollar, and all currencies are as well. They're all being devalued, which is why gold is moving to the upside. But anyway, let's move on and have a look at the S&P 500 and the FT 100. So in the S&P, also demand for yesterday as well. We've got the D there showing demand and the market trying to move up overnight. 30-minute chart. Again, we've got that spike down with the cash market opening. It shot down, then came back. And then it's been in the sideways choppy range, and obviously a little less volatility there as the market shows prices currently at the DP. Here in the UK, much to the relief of Rachel from accounts, the market saw some buying yesterday with prices still stuck in a sideways range. And in the 30-minute chart, you can see their prices moving higher. Just at lunchtime, that was, again, the US opening. It spiked down, then moved up, and the same thing during the trading of the DAX yesterday as well. Let's have a quick look at the US dollar. So in the US dollar yesterday, this was down following Trump's tariffs of 25% across the board for auto car imports, and it's up on the overnight. So let's have a look at the impact on the metals with regards to this and have a look at silver and gold. Well, gold up, but also silver too, and allowed to be moved up overnight as well. But let's see what happens. It's Friday Smackdown Day, isn't it? Yesterday, the market being allowed to move higher once the price was in for the LBMA, and then after that, the market moved higher. They tried to move it lower overnight there, but it's since moved up. Needs to take out yesterday's high. Are we actually going to see the silver squeeze come to fruition this time? They're talking of an event on the 31st of March, which is going to be Sunday, which seems a bit odd, doesn't it? I think it's Sunday, isn't it? What date are we up to at the moment? It's the 28th, isn't it? Yes, so Sunday. About people buying physical silver to actually break the bank's short squeeze, or the short position that they have, the power play that they have at the moment. We'll have to see if that works. I've seen it before. I think it was 2021-22 when they tried this, people buying physical. It won't work against the banks. They've got control. They've got billions they can throw at the suppression of the silver price. So it's a good idea long term, but in the short term, it won't make any difference. And like I say, today's Smackdown Friday. And it's worse than that, because if you look at the monthly chart, you'll see that prices are trying to take out the recent high as well. Will they allow this at 34.85 today? It needs to get through this level and sit at this level as well. A bit like gold at 3,000, the market needs to break 34.85 and stay above that level. And there's the weekly chart where the market's been moving up nicely week by week. We've only had the one week. It just seems a very big struggle compared to gold when you look at it doing this, and it just keeps moving to the upside. If you look at the weekly chart, it's no stopping it at the moment, and the monthly chart as well. Go back one. Monthly chart where it just keeps piling on the dollars there. So gold certainly is in focus now, moving higher. We've got a new all-time high here today, and that's at 3083. Talk of getting to 3,500 by the end of the year, and I don't think that will be too much of a problem as the dollar continues to devalue, and that's why gold's going up, because the dollar's losing all of its purchase power. It's lost 90% of it already, so yeah. So the metals continue to move higher. Silver's the one that's the difficult one, because it begs the question of whether it's going to be allowed to move higher and whether it can be squeezed higher. Who knows? Only time will tell. But if it does break $50 an ounce from 1979 and 2011, I'll be very happy to see it do that. Right, let's move on and have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And this is very telling, actually, for a Smackdown Friday, because the gold-silver ratio is moving once more back to the upside, and this is because gold is ripping higher, as I mentioned earlier. So we're still stuck in this sideways move. They want to keep the lid on silver. We need it to break through this support that's to the left in order to see silver move sharply higher. So they're doing their best to already reverse yesterday's down with moving this up. Despite the fact that silver is moving up, they're moving gold faster than silver at the moment. So trying to get back through the 90-to-1 ratio, which is just insane. But there you go. A lot of things are insane at the moment, aren't they? Right, a quick look at yesterday's trading session with the DAX 2-minute charts. So in the pre-market session, the volatility is still there. I mean, that's just 100 points straight down between the two blue lines. Never seen that for a very long time where it's so consistent. Then we drop 100 points as soon as the market opens, and then we bring the market back another 100, and then we continue on through there, up 150 points plus 200 points there now, and then the market putting in a buy and a sell. The buy side winning there as the market heads back through the low, which is always an important area, isn't it? The market's got to get back above those lows if it can. It also, despite struggling with the 200 MA, managed to get through and stay through there for a bit. As the market then made its way back down, you can see they're holding at the close. Any sideways move is generally connected to a psychological level or a pivot point or the low, high and close, and then back to the low. Again, we're seeing the same thing there, 200 MA as well. But market takes that out, but then they bring it back. They have a shakeout below it and then bring it back. So through the pre-Dow session, the market trying to hold at the low, but is forced lower. And then we saw the market open and tried to move higher. And then we got the slam in the Dow. Remember that big spike down? And then they brought the Dow back and the DAX came back like a whirlwind along with it. And then we traded sideways. And we get another signal, the market then moving back above the close, which we'd seen earlier in the morning there. So prices up and down, some nice volatility though, I have to say. Nice volatility in that market at the moment. So have a quick look at where the market is overnight, and you'll see that again we've already done 50 points. It's only 15 minutes to 7. We're at the DP at the moment as well. You can see a bit of selling there. Volume's dropped off. Let's see what happens 7 a.m. when the big guns come in the futures market. See if we can get another 100-point move in this. But a good barometer at the moment of what to expect as far as volatility is concerned, because if you're getting it in the pre-market session, you should get it in the main cash market as well. Right, that's it for this one and for the week. So have a great weekend. I think it's going to be another sunny one, which will be nice and most welcome. So have a good one. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.